Right now, there are 7 2026 SUVs sitting on dealership lots across the country, collecting dust, bird droppings, and dealer desperation. I'm talking about brand new vehicles with 0 miles that have been sitting so long, some of them have dead batteries from the lot. Salespeople are cold calling customers who walked out 3 months ago just to offer another $3,000 off. I've spent the past several weeks pulling Cox Automotive inventory data, talking directly to dealers in 5 different states, and cross-referencing market reports to find exactly which 2026 models are sitting over 90 days on lots. And what I found will either save you serious money or save you from a serious mistake, depending on which one you're looking at. Because here's the thing, some of these SUVs are cheap for a reason. There is a reason buyers are walking past them to get to something else. But a few of them are legitimately good vehicles sitting in a pile of mediocre ones, and nobody is bothering to look close enough to tell the difference. That's where the opportunity is. And that is exactly what today's video is about. I'm counting down all 7. I'll tell you which ones dealers are practically throwing at you for free and whether you should actually take the deal or keep walking. Let's get into it. Number 7, Mitsubishi Outlander. I'll start here because this one is genuinely interesting and almost nobody is talking about it in the right way. The 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander has been sitting on lots for an average of over 90 days. That is more than 3 months of inventory. The national average for a new car is closer to 55 days. Dealers are offering big discounts, $4,000 to $6,000 off the manufacturer's suggested retail price on these right now. Some are throwing in free maintenance packages just to move units. Here is the part that surprises people. Mitsubishi Co. developed the Outlander's platform with Nissan. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. In this vehicle is a Nissan-derived engine with a strong track record. No turbo to fail, no dual-clutch drama. A traditional CVT that Mitsubishi has been refining for over a decade. And it comes standard with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. 10 years. Every competitor is staring at 5. So why is it sitting? Mitsubishi's brand image still has not recovered. People walk past the badge and head straight to the Toyota lot without a second thought. Why you should wait. Mitsubishi is running end-of-quarter incentives hard, and historically their best deals drop in September and December. If you are not in a rush, waiting until the third quarter of 2026 could mean another $1,500 off what is already a discounted price. Current street price with negotiation is around $27,000 to $30,000 for a well-equipped SE trim. That is a 3-row capable SUV with a decade-long powertrain warranty for under $30,000. Number 6, Volkswagen Tiguan. The 2026 Tiguan has been a chronic overstock problem for Volkswagen dealers for 3 straight years now. Right now, average days on lot across the U.S. is hovering around 85. Dealers have been cutting $3,000 to $5,000 off sticker without much pushback, and some are adding loyalty cash on top of that. The Tiguan gets overlooked because of Volkswagen's reliability reputation, which, if I am being fair, was earned. Earlier generations of this engine had timing chain tensioner problems that were expensive and well documented. But the 2022 and newer Tiguan moved to an updated 2.0-liter TSYM that has addressed most of those early issues. The 8-speed automatic is smooth. The interior quality is genuinely above what you get from Honda or Toyota at this price point, and the standard tech package on the 2026 model is legitimately impressive. Why you should wait on this one, and I mean really wait. Volkswagen is expected to roll out a mildly refreshed Tiguan for the 2027 model year with updated advanced driver assistance systems. If you are buying brand new, waiting 6 months could mean getting the updated version at the same price the 2026 is being sold at right now. And if you do not care about the refresh, waiting until the end of the calendar year means even deeper discounts on 2026 stock. Street price right now, with negotiation, is $29,000 to $33,000 for a loaded SE trim. 3 years ago, dealers would not touch the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Number 5. Nissan Pathfinder. Here is where it gets interesting. The 2026 Nissan Pathfinder is one of the most heavily stocked vehicles in the entire industry right now. Nissan has a chronic overproduction problem that has been making headlines for years. Days supply on the Pathfinder is sitting over 100 days at a lot of major dealers. That is almost double the segment average. On paper, this SUV should not be struggling. The 2022 redesign gave it a proper 9-speed automatic, ditching the old CVT that gave this platform a terrible reputation. The 3.5-liter V6 is the same engine family Nissan has been using reliably for years. It makes 284 horsepower, tows 6,000 pounds, and seats 8 people. For a family hauler, that checks almost every box. The problem is trust. Nissan spent years putting CVT transmissions in everything that moved, and those transmissions blew up. Customers have not forgotten. They walk into the lot, see the Nissan badge, and their brain whispers CVT. Even though this version does not have one anymore, the damage is done. Dealers are moving these at $5,000 to $8,000 off MSRP, depending on region. Some are offering 0% financing for 60 months, which is essentially free money in a 6% interest rate environment. Why you should wait? Nissan's incentive programs reset monthly. The single best window to buy is the last 3 days of any month, combined with the last month of a quarter, March, June, September, December. Walk in on the 29th of any of those months with a pre-approval from your own bank, and you are negotiating from a position of real strength. Starting MSRP on the 2026 Pathfinder S trim is $38,710. Negotiated street price right now is around $34,000 to $36,000 with incentives. The 2026 Chevrolet Blazer. I need to be direct about this one because there are two very different vehicles sharing this name: the gas-powered Blazer and the Blazer EV. The EV version had a catastrophic launch in 2024 with software issues that triggered a stop sale. GM has corrected most of those problems, but the trust damage was real, and it has dragged down interest in the entire Blazer nameplate. The gas-powered 2026 Blazer is sitting on lots at 80-plus days on average. Dealers in the Midwest are cutting $4,500 to $6,000 off sticker. The vehicle itself is solidly built. The 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder produces 228 horsepower. The 9-speed automatic is a proven unit, and GM's build quality on this generation of crossover is meaningfully better than people give it credit for. The real reason to pay attention here, the Blazer is built on the same E2 XX platform as the Equinox, which has a strong track record. It shares a lot of components across GM's lineup, and that matters for long-term parts availability and repair cost. Where I would tell you to be careful, the 2-liter turbo needs its oil changes done on schedule. These turbocharged engines do not forgive neglect. Buy it from a dealer that offers prepaid maintenance, because the people who skip oil changes on a turbo engine are the reason used turbocharged SUVs have a bad reputation in the first place. Why you should wait. GM is aggressively protecting the Equinox EV as its flagship crossover. The gas-powered Blazer may not survive into 2028, and when that happens, part support and resale could get complicated. If you want a Blazer, buy it with a long warranty, buy it deeply discounted, and drive it until the warranty is done. Negotiated street price on a 2026 Blazer 2LT right now is around $32,000 to $35,000. That is down from a $38,000 starting MSRP. Stick with me on this one, because I know what you're thinking. The Explorer is a name everyone knows. How is it sitting unsold? The 2026 Ford Explorer inventory is higher than Ford's internal targets by a significant margin. Cox Automotive data from the first quarter of 2026 shows Explorer days supply running between 75 and 95 days depending on the trim level. The Platinum and ST trims are moving. The XLT and Limited? They are sitting. Here is the mechanic's honest take on the 2026 Explorer. Ford fixed the most notorious issue with this platform. The 2020 redesign moved the engine to a front-mounted layout, eliminating the exhaust in the cabin problem that plagued the previous generation. The 2.3-liter EcoBoost is a well-sorted engine at this point. It has been through enough production cycles that the early kinks are gone. The 10-speed automatic is smooth. 3 rows, a tow rating of 5,600 pounds, and decent fuel economy for the size. What makes people walk past it to a Kia Telluride or Hyundai Palisade? Price, mostly. The Explorer got expensive, and consumers have realized they can get comparable or better space in the Korean 3-row segment for thousands less. That has actually made the Explorer a value play now. Dealers are offering $3,500 to $5,500 off the manufacturer's suggested retail price on mid-level trims. Some regions are seeing conquest cash for people switching from import brands. Why you should wait on the Explorer specifically. A significant portion of Explorer inventory right now is either missing popular options or loaded with options nobody asked for. The dealer added, packages problem. Spend time on Auto Trader and Car Gurus finding an XLT with the 4-wheel drive package and no dealer markup nonsense. The right one at the right price is out there. Do not let a pushy salesperson rush you into a poorly spec'd unit just because it is cheap. Negotiated street price on a well-equipped 2026 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive is $41,000 to $44,000. That is competitive now, given what this vehicle used to sell for at markup. Number 2, Hyundai Santa Fe. The 2026 Santa Fe is an interesting one because this is a completely redesigned vehicle that debuted in late 2023, and it is now starting to pile up on lots as the new car smell has worn off and buyers have moved on to whatever launched more recently. Here is what you need to know about this generation of Santa Fe. I want to be clear, because the used car version of this knowledge is going to save someone a lot of money. The 2024 and newer Santa Fe moved to a 2.5-liter turbocharged inline-4, making 277 horsepower in the standard version, and there is a plug-in hybrid option. The platform is genuinely good. Hyundai's NTG Di 2.5 turbo is the same engine block used in the Hyundai Sonata N-Line and has been well received. The 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, however, is where I would tell you to pay attention. Hyundai's wet dual clutch in this application has been mostly sorted out, but it requires more driver awareness than a traditional torque converter automatic. If you are buying new, know this: drive it in stop-and-go traffic before you buy. Some people love it. Some people find the low-speed behavior unsettling. You need to know which camp you are in before you sign anything. The depreciation story on the 2026 Santa Fe is legitimately compelling. Dealers are cutting $3,000 to $4,500 off sticker already, and the hybrid electric vehicle version has even more room to negotiate because transaction volumes are lower. Why you should wait on the Santa Fe. Hyundai's incentive programs are tied heavily to regional inventory levels. If you are in the Southeast or Midwest, where Santa Fe inventory is highest right now, you are already in the sweet spot. Wait for Hyundai's summer event programs. They historically run aggressive annual percentage rate deals on slow-moving inventory between June and August. Starting negotiated price on a 2026 Santa Fe SEL is right around $35,000 to $38,000. For a turbocharged, tech-loaded family crossover with Hyundai's 10-year powertrain warranty, that is a genuinely strong deal. If you want the full breakdown of which SUV brands actually stand behind their warranties when things go wrong, I did a deep dive video on that. It is worth watching before you buy anything. Link in the description. Now, number 1. KIA Telluride. I know exactly what is happening in your head right now. The Telluride, the one that was selling for $10,000 over MSRP 3 years ago, how is that sitting on lots? This is the one that changes how you think about this market, so stay with me. The 2026 Kia Telluride inventory situation represents one of the biggest and fastest market corrections in recent automotive history. During the chip shortage in 2021 and 2022, people were paying $55,000 to $60,000 for a Telluride with a sticker price of $40,000. Dealers were printing money, buyers were desperate, and then the market normalized. Right now, 2026 Tellurides are sitting on lots at 70 to 80 days supply in most markets. Dealers who got spoiled on $8,000 markups are now offering $1,500 to $3,500 off sticker just to move metal. In some markets, they are matching or beating Kia corporate incentive programs they never bothered with during the shortage years. Here is why this matters. The Telluride has not gotten worse. It is the same vehicle that won North American SUV of the Year when it launched. It seats 8, uses the same 3.8-liter Lambda Phi 6 that powers the Hyundai Palisade and the Kia K900, makes 291 horsepower through a proven 8-speed automatic, and has a track record that is genuinely impressive. No direct injection carbon buildup issues because it uses port injection. No timing belt, a timing chain designed to run the life of the engine. The all-wheel drive system is simple and effective, not over-engineered. Repair PAL data on the first-generation Tellurides from 2020 through 2022 shows average annual maintenance costs in the $480 range. For a 3-row full-size crossover, that is exceptional. The probability of a major repair is below 10% annually through the first 100,000 miles. Let me give you a real-world comparison. A 2026 Telluride SX all-wheel drive has a sticker around $47,000. Right now, dealers are transacting between $44,000 and $45,500 in most markets. A comparable 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander with similar equipment is selling at or above MSRP, around $52,000 to $54,000. You are looking at a $7,000 to $9,000 gap between two three-row SUVs where the Kia genuinely competes on every objective measure. Interior space, towing capacity, reliability data, it is not a significant gap. The only reason the Telluride is available below sticker right now is that the market got oversaturated with units and buyers moved on. The car did not change. The perception did. Here is the specific reason you should wait on the Telluride, and it comes down to one thing. Kia is expected to announce a mid-cycle refresh for the Telluride in late 2026 for the 2027 model year. Updated front fascia, revised interior technology, and potentially a mild hybrid option. If you are buying new and plan to keep this SUV for 10 years, that refresh might matter to you. If you are buying now because the deal is in front of you and you need a three-row SUV, that is a completely legitimate call. Here is when to buy the 2026 Telluride. The last week of June, the last week of September, and absolutely the last week of December. Those are end-of-quarter dates when dealers are chasing sales numbers. Kia is offering stacking incentive cash, and the combination can legitimately push your negotiated price $2,500 to $4,000 lower than what is possible in February or March. Walk in with a pre-approved loan from a credit union. Tell the salesperson you have financing handled and you want to talk out the door price only. Do not discuss monthly payments. Not one word about monthly payments. The second you say monthly payments, you are on their turf and you will lose. An inspection checklist for the 2026 Telluride specifically. Verify the panoramic sunroof seals are clean and dry. This generation had minor drainage clogs reported in humid climates. That is an easy $200 fix, but worth knowing. Test every USB port and the wireless charging pad. These systems occasionally need software updates that dealers should handle before delivery. Check the rear HVAC vents in the third row. Make sure the blower works on high, because families with kids will use that system constantly. Here is the reality of the 2026 SUV market right now. Inventory is the highest it has been since before the chip shortage. Dealers who printed money for 3 years are now staring at floor plan costs on vehicles that have been sitting since November. That creates legitimate, real opportunities for buyers who know which vehicles are worth discounting and which ones are discounted because they are genuinely not very good. From this list, I take 3 models seriously. The Mitsubishi Outlander, because of the warranty story, the Nissan Pathfinder, if you need genuine towing capability at a discount, and the Telluride, if you want the bod 3-row under $50,000 that the market is actually willing to deal on. The Tiguan and Blazer are fine vehicles with caveats. The Explorer is worth it at the right price. And the Santa Fe is a sleeper pick for people who do their homework on the dual clutch. The worst thing you can do right now is walk into a dealership without knowing which vehicles have inventory pressure on them. Now you know. Use it. If this helped you, subscribe. I am going to keep pulling market data and telling you what dealerships hope you do not know before you walk through their doors. The car market is finally tilting back toward buyers for the first time in years. Do not waste the leverage, drive smart, negotiate harder, and never, ever talk about monthly payments first. I'll see you in the next one.